who has kindly consented to attend this session. I would like to welcome the speaker, Sanatan. So Sanatan is heading the alliances group in DNB, where his main responsibility is to drive collaborations and look for new business avenues. Before that, he has also held several other positions in DNB. He's an MBA with he has also done a leadership development program from the Indian School of Business. Over to you, Sanatan.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the warm welcome and the introduction. I take this opportunity to, also introduce, two of my colleagues who are there on the call. Mr. Rahul Bhatkar is there. He's the deputy sales lead at Dun Bradstreet, and I've got Saurabh, who actually works very closely with him. So we'll try and give you a bit of an idea about what Dun Bradstreet is all about and how can we all help. So give me a minute. I'm just going to share my screen, and maybe I'd like to run you all.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible. Yeah. Sanatan, you're on mute. Yeah. Sanatan, you're on mute. Just check.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Apologies for this. So, just wanted to. So today, what we are going to do is, I just find. So the topic which came in, when I had a discussion with Vinod sir that what we should actually talk about, how Dun Bradstreet can help. So the best thing which came to our mind is like what we actually do day in day out to help organizations improve their visibility and improve or increase the what we call it as business opportunities, find out business opportunities not over in India but of course globally. So that's something which we do day in day out. So I thought maybe that this will be a good idea to connect on that. On that note, I'll just give you a brief about Dun Bradstreet. DNB is a data and data analytics organization. We are in this business quite some time, since 1841. We are in this business. This organization is based out of US. We have around just an employee count. What you see is around 6,000. Dun Bradstreet is one of the world's biggest global database, if we talk about, which is a commercial database, which is around 560 million records. If we talk about, we are present almost in 200 countries across the globe. If we talk about India, then we started in 1995, headquartered in Mumbai. Currently, if we look at the database, what we have is around 39 million commercial records on DNB's database. We've been working with organizations like SIDBI and the others, which I'll of course tell you about. Dun Bradstreet, here we've had a privilege of working with 4 US presidents also. One of them has been Abraham Lincoln. So what I'm going to do now is give you a quick brief about what DNB is all about, help you know about how DNB can help, and maybe then we can take up questions. So I thought maybe I'll just put that up quickly. So I'm sure everyone must now, as I've just mentioned, that DNB has got a database of around 560 million records. So I'd like to spend some time on this slide. So each record which comes on DNB's database, we allocate a number to it, and that number is called as a DUNS number. Against this DUNS number, financial and non-financial information of the organization is stored. And based on this information, Dun & Bradstreet gives an opinion about that entity. And that, that opinion is also stored against the DUNS number of that legitimate entity. Now, this is also called as, credit file. I'm not sure if you have heard about this, but then, yeah, this is also called as credit file there in the US and the European market. Now, this credit file plays a very, very important role when it comes to, assessing the, business stakeholders when we talk about, and a couple of logos, what you see out here, like in FDA, WHO, Apple, Walmart, Google, all these people, they use these the DUNS number, the data which is there on the DUNS number, to assess the organizations which they want to work with. A couple of things, if I want to give you an idea, around we work with around 90% plus the Fortune 500 organizations work with us. We if we not only those Fortune 500 organizations, but governments also work with us very closely, just because they want to understand their stakeholders better. So that's the idea, and that there the DUNS numbers actually would help. uh, just to run you through, what kind of collaborations we have here in India. We're working with Government of West Bengal. We're working with Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, that's called as FACT. We're working with Ministry of MSMEs, Andhra Pradesh government, and Niti Aayog. We've done some bits and bits of work with these organizations. We've signed up some MOUs with all of them. It's just to help the organizations based out of India, especially SMEs, to go export ready and find out new markets globally. So that I thought would be a good idea to put that up. Couple of collaborations with affiliate organizations as well. Plex Council, we have an MOU, ONDC, NSIC, SIDBI. We look at BSC, SME Exchange, ASOCHAM. These are the organizations we are working with. Some of them we have got MOUs with. Some of them we are working on some projects, to enhance the ability to reach out, not over here in India, but globally as well. Some collaborations, just a extension of this. Google has now started using DUNS numbers to find out the malicious apps, and maybe find them and remove them. FDA uses us. If you look at Walmart uses us to find out their suppliers, and then get things moving out there. If you look at over here in India, we're working with Tata Power, L&T, Reliance. All these guys are there who are actually using the DUNS number and the data and the reports what DNB has to offer to understand their business stakeholders better. So the very reason why am I trying to put all these things out here and putting in front of you is to help you understand that all these stakeholders which we are talking about, they are using Dun & Bradstreet's data, DNB's DUNS numbers, to take business decisions and take informed business decisions, right? So how we are engaging with SMEs, I'll just tell you. DNB is going to be with the organization, or rather DNB can be with an organization right from the inception stage to the time when the organization becomes maybe multi-crore organizations. So to start with, if an organization has just started the business and they then want to increase their visibility and credibility out there in the market, we've got some kind of offerings to them. We call them as DUNS registered seal, which helps them digitize their profile and increase their visibility. We will of course talk about them in detail as well. After that, they want to understand themselves better. They want to update their credit files and all of that. For that, we've got credibility reports. Nowadays, that ESG is the talk of the town. But it's not only for the biggies out there in the market, but everyone has to look at it, and how and what an SME can do, a small organization can do, and how that is being looked at by the world, right? So that has been for that we've got a couple of offerings for ESG as well. Now all of that is done, but if you want to understand and find out customer base and all of that, so we've got a great platform called Hoovers. There we help then DNB credit to understand your suppliers, and then training and development. We'll talk about all of these things in detail. To start off, before we get into what kind of offerings we have, how do we help, just wanted to reiterate the fact that the DUNS number is a very, very important thing when it comes to business in the overseas market, if we talk about. And updating the credit file is the key thing out here. When we say that increase your visibility, so your DNB's database is as I said, it's a 560 million records are there, and these records actually through analytics, these records are not records, I would say, but this data throws analytics, and this is used by the, globally, by organizations, by through for a lot of reasons, right? A couple of people you would see that they would want to use our data to find out suppliers. We've seen cases by which organizations based out of US, Europe, all those places, if they are looking for some kind of solutions, if they are looking at India, let's say, for that matter, they are given platforms, and these are, of course, are there at, they can use it on their mobile, they can use it on their laptops. You can just find out suppliers, they can find out solution providers, or if they are looking for somebody here in India, it is there at their fingertips. And at that point in time, if the dunce is there, if the information is updated, all of that is there, then we all get the better chance to put our best foot forward, right? So that is something which is very, very important. People are actually now using this data to understand the health of the organization as well. I'm sure you would understand, the DNB's opinion what we give has got parts which actually talks about the financial and non-financial health of the organization. So this is a very, very important thing for an organization to have. Earlier people used to think that it's kind of a good to have thing, but ideally when you look at it, when you are actually stepping into a market which is full of competition, which is actually looking at growing your business kind of a situation, at that point in time this becomes a must have thing for an organization. So with that, I'm just pushing ahead with I'll give you a brief about one of our offerings called, it's DRS, called as Duns Registered Solutions. This is a this is kind of a seal which is given to an organization, which can be put up on the website of that organization. If somebody clicks onto it, a profile comes up, and that actually helps the organization put the best foot forward when it comes to you know uh, digitizing its profile out there. And this is something, it also comes in an offline mode. It comes with the QR. If somebody scans it, you can put that in any communication, and you can actually uh, talk two things over here. One is, the organization is credible because the profile is on the on the Duns domain kind of a situation. And the second is, you are telling them that yes, this organization is, they understand what kind of requirements are there in the world, and how, what kind of compliances people are looking at, and you are there with it. I would like to show you one over here. Actually, there's so just let me know if you are able to see. So this is an organization which has been using the DRS seal. Now, this is how the DRS seal looks like. If, let's say, if I click onto it, uh, I hope my screen is visible and you are able to see this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sanatan.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, Sanatan. Yes.
Yes. So this kind of profile comes out, right? And this is, people can actually understand their organization better over here. The very first thing what happens if somebody clicks onto it is like, when we say business checks are happening, people are coming, trying to pull reports on you. The very first thing what happens is that organization will come to on your website and see whether you exist or not, what kind of business you have, how do you do all of that. And if they see something of this kind, this thing acts as a catalyst. This acts as a catalyst, and it actually, when we say catalyst, that means it would help you know build trust. That's one of the most important things in the business, and it's a very simple, small kind of a solution which actually helps the organization do that. Couple of benefits which we have put in front of you. I mean, those are all self-explanatory. I really don't need to go through each one of them. But then, yeah, this is something which is very, very important. Along with that, of course, you get a dance number, you get the profile of the organization, you get a QR code, you get a report on the organization. Along with this, there's a listing of the organization happening on the global directory. We've seen that if anyone is looking at some kind of supplier, these people are actually searching those suppliers on the global directory, and that is the place where the name of the organization goes. And that of course helps the organization to put their best foot forward when it comes to all that. And of course, these can be utilized into wherever the collaterals are going, all of that. Those are the places where you'll be able to do that. So with this, we move to another thing called as credibility reports of Dun Bradstreet. What all these kind of reports are and how they help. To explain this to you, I'd like to invite my colleague Rahul, who would like to take this up. So over to you, Rahul.
Yeah, thanks, Sanatan. Yeah. So
I'm just playing
can we
a
run the video? Yeah.
Yeah.
How does business credit play a role in my company's credibility? Many companies don't think they need business credit. However, the issue we're discussing isn't only credit, it's credibility and reliability. Even if business credit is not important to you, making sure customers have a good image of your company may be. To thrive in today's market, your business should demonstrate both good credit and credibility. Although the two sound similar, they work differently when showcasing your business. Business credit generally revolves around finance. Credit allows a person or company to provide resources to another person or company with an agreement to repay or return those resources later. A few types of credit include secured or unsecured loans, open-ended lines of credit, or vendor agreements. Credibility, on the other hand, refers to the believability of a business. Is this business what it claims to be? Can you trust the information that's displayed on the website? Is this contractor actually qualified to perform the work he's bidding on? Depending on the industry, credibility can come from various sources. Some industries value Better Business Bureau or trade association memberships, while others place more value on a company's online presence, its brand recognition, or word of mouth. Many companies rely on trusted third-party information, like the data in the D&B Business Credit Profile, to help decide whether another company is trustworthy. Strong credibility helps portray a successful, trustworthy business, and a company's business credit can be one of the most significant components of its credibility. How does business
You're in
Get
mute.
out.
You're in mute.
Yeah. Hi, guys. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, as Sanatan has just educated us on what's the importance of the DUNS number and the first step about creating a visibility, right? So, the visibility product which we spoke about, which was DUNS registered, I'm sure in 2020 we all went through a COVID period where people and companies had a tough time to talk about their credibility. And this was a product which created a huge credibility, online credibility to the stakeholders of business, and we got a huge response there. And you must have seen these companies, the logos as well as the seal quite live in customer communications or through a website or promotions, etc. As we move forward as a next step, as you have seen the video, one is an online credibility which we spoke about, or which was DRS. Going forward, how do I go and talk about more about my credibility? When I talk about credibility, it talks about the credit file which speaks to an external stakeholder of a business, which includes financial data, non-financial data. So this is where we build a report. It is known as a self-evaluation report. Typically, we make a report on the financial analysis, which has been taken into a 3 years analysis is concerned. We take your financial, non-financial information. We have to do a proper assessment of the report and assign you a DUNS number to your entity, a DNB rating to your organization, also an SME score or to your organization, so that it further builds huge credibility and believability, right? Which was seen in that video to the stakeholders of business, because people would like to understand, okay, you exist, your website exists, I met you somewhere. Every piece of information with a due diligence is fine, but how do I move forward to understand your financial health checkup? Okay, and this is where the CBIG report comes into picture. And a lot of companies in India, right from an IT software player to a distributors, etc., have proactively come to us and been using this report during the bids, tenders, at times wherever there is a vendor registration, which is an input on a DUNS number, etc., and while engaging with an international clients, etc. So this report becomes a third party capability document. Why? Because I'm sure a lot of companies come and take your financials, you talk about your financials the other way around in your presentations, but this acts as a capability tool from a third party vetted from DNB. So this is a credibility report which we make, and there are variants of the report. If you see the left-hand side, it's a scope report, which is quite minimum information in terms of a rating rationale given to your organization, and it takes care of your financial journey, non-financial journey, and it acts as a annual report to you to give it to a stakeholder of a business is concerned. While a global profiler report is a one notch down below the business scope report, which also talks about creditability, but I'm sure a lot of companies and SMEs or a small startup companies would like to prove their creditability also. Hence, that report is made in that directions. So a startup report comes into picture for that matter. A company wants to understand an SME score for that matter. So this is the flavors of that report which goes out on that dunce number, and your stakeholders can rely trust and confidence on this report as such. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, so what does that report consist of? So, as I said, it includes your business profile, the DNB rating, and the linkages and the financial analysis. And the business profile is something very important because a lot of customers would like to understand what type of different type of businesses are you involved into. Because at times when you're coordinating or when you're interacting with a lot of international or domestic clients, they're not aware what is your parent, what is your group strength, which line of business are you into, have you invented any new products, etc., and all those steps. So the complete business profiling comes into picture, where we can make a report on that. Then a DNB rating is assigned, which is international in nature. So this is quite acceptable in any part of the world. A US customer or European customer or Canada, Australia, New Zealand, someone where you are dealing with, and he is also first time dealing with you, a DNB rating actually talks about a more credibility in the international market. Linkages is something a lot of companies have subsidiaries in the international market, but they are not known. The parent, ultimate parent is linked in India. So that's a linkage thing which we create so that the reader in US comes to know, or anywhere from wherever location, he could gauge the what is the ultimate parent, how many subsidiaries are floated, etc. And also the financial health analysis helps us to know where are you trending on the EBITDA margins, sales, etc. So in short, it's a great capability document, and also it gives you an insight. I'm sure you as an organization would be doing a lot of due diligence internally to understand your strength, weakness, opportunities. But this also helps you to understand from a third party like DNB where actually you are going wrong on financials, what are your strength, weakness, and etc. So this builds the credibility report and content part. Yeah. Yeah. On the next offering, this is something which is very important in the growth cycle of an organization. Hence, the first slide which Sanatan presented to you all, the third step, this is ESG. And it's been a buzz right from a top 1,000 listed companies to a very small 5 crore companies who would like to understand what ESG is all about. And hence, we have come up with a solution in India as well. And DNB has been actively participating in this product solutions, which is a need of the market, right from a domestic player to a company who has wings and flying in the international market. So we have ESG, where we're talking about some assessment to be done on companies, where we would like to educate companies on ESGs, etc. Also, we are also building some accounting policies are there in scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. People would like to understand the life cycle assessment, what's going in your plant, what's going in your facilities, etc., the CO2 levels, etc. And basis that, the reporting is done. So in India, the BRSR is a quite evident report which is available, which has been approved by the regulatory bodies like SEBI, BSE, which is required. While the GRI, TCFD, sustainable goals are something which are at an international standard. So here we are with one more offering for a smaller to a bigger company, and ESG is what we spoke about. Okay. The second thing which is quite important, it's pertaining to a lot of manufacturing facilities, is the GHG emission accounting policies. So we have a lot of things like GHG report, which we are making compliant to the international standards is concerned. We would like to assess what's there in the plant in terms of the CO2 levels, etc., decarbonizations, etc. So a lot of technical words been spoken about to get net neutral, etc., for that matter, right? And this is the GHG emission accounting policies through which we are making a report, and also training the employees at the ground, because I'm sure, and as an organization, it's a teamwork. So what has COVID taught about? It's all about not about profit, it's about people and the planet. and this is something which is very critical for us in the GHG emission is concerned. Hence, there's a ESG self-report analysis which we are doing to help companies to know where is their journey, initiatives, etc. I'm sure all of the organization right now participant here are doing something of a sort. Like corporate social responsibility is one of the element towards social. But if you have to see the three pillars of ESG, there's a lot of things which needs to be captured. And I'm sure the report which we offer talks about the journey about your organization. And this again becomes a capability document for you to understand where are the ESG goals going and where do you plan to hit your ESG goals. So it happens that I want to be 2030 net zero or I'm ESG compliant. That's the plan which we make an analyst in this, and we make a ESG report which talks about it. And this is a very interesting batch which we are giving with Duns number along with it. So if you have seen the first logo, which was typically a blue color badge, which talks about an online credibility, it's a green color badge which talks about what is your ESG score. So a lot of companies are doing a lot of things on ESG. They are hiring consultants, etc., navigating the journey. But if is the only organization that is DNB out here with its data strength in the Indian market as an international market has that capability to give you score. Now, this is the only capability which DNB India has, and our global offices and our global across spread are. This is an international product which talks about where is your company on the rankings of ESG. So I'll show you a live demo of a company who has put it across on their website. So this is small. It is a big manufacturing company in plastic, and they make these bottles, etc. So it's quite evident from their website ESG would be the first need of an hour at the boardroom, right? And they did a self-assessment. Also, they had a lot of certifications in place, CSR activities, etc. But this is a logo. When someone clicks on the logo, this is something and information which populates to a reader. So this is an overall ranking which we give. That first covers your company profile, followed with an overall ESG ranking. Okay, the overall ranking comes from individual players of E, S, and G, and then we compare it with your industry standards as well. And look at this three pillars. I'm sure a lot of your existing vendor registrations, clients, banks are talking to you about ESG. And yes, at times you are working in that same direction, you have data, etc. But how do you collate that data and put it in one box or put it in the similar pillar? And this is something which is a collection done from DNB. Companies comes and shares data with us, and we give a score pertaining to E, S, and G. So I'm sure a lot of customers would like to work with green, the companies who are green, associated as green in ESG space. So definitely, if they see this logo on your website, the first thing they are going to come and work with you much more aggressively. And I'm sure you're going to spread that credibility as well as the ESG seal quite flashing on your website. So this is something which we have actually produced, invented a product, and it is catching up a huge response from the domestic market. So in short, it's a litmus test of your organization, a health checkup of your organization on the three pillars of ESG. Yeah, that's what I have. Over to you, Sanatan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul. Uh, see, quickly, I'll see. I just want to give you an overview. Don't want to bombard about what kind of products, what we have. Just to give you an idea, what there's something called as Hoovers. It's a platform what we have, mm, especially used by organizations who are working or looking for companies in the US or European market, because the data is very strong out there. This is a lead management tool with a great insight which gives an organization understanding. Let's say, if you are looking for a company to become your customer, the very important thing which one needs to know is whether they are looking for imports or not. So I mean, if you are exporting your services, right, to those organizations, you are looking for customers out there. So the most important thing is, you would get the data from anywhere. Okay, you would have a lot of platforms, will give you data, all of that. But I'm not sure if there is any platform available who is able to help you know the intent of that company, whether they are really looking for a supplier, they are really looking to import those services or not. Hoovers is one of the platforms. I think one of the only platforms for which I know as which can help you know the intent as well. You know, you can have a lot of different kind of filters. You can have all cuts of the data, whatever you're looking for, and you'll be able to understand not only the companies but also the industries. You can actually track those companies based on the movements which are happening and check whether they are really looking for a exporter or rather importer or not. So that's Hoover's view, which gives you an idea about it. Now once you know that okay, there is a company you want to work with, uh, but you when you are talking to them, you would also want to understand about the risk you're taking, understand about the opportunity the organization is going to give you, understand whether they'll be able to pay us or not, pay you or not, right? So for that, there's a platform called as DNB Credit. Earlier, these reports were, given via emails, but now this is a platform. It's there available. It's on the data is on cloud. You'll be able to find out the information at the click of a button on any of the suppliers. Again, over here as well, you will be able to track the suppliers. You'll be able to track their finances, track their movements. Uh, you know, understand the industry, understand the country, understand the macro and the microeconomics of that area better only by having these kind of platforms. And with that, of course, comes with we also have certifications and trainings, right from what kind of schemes the government has for the SMEs, to of course ESG we already have. If anybody wants to understand how to look at writing business plan, to maybe looking at understanding the financials of the organization, to any part of it, Dun Bradstreet has got solutions to help. So as I have put that earlier to all of you, that we are there when the organization starts till the organization becomes a million dollar organization. Each step, we are there. We have got something to offer to make sure that the organization sails smoothly. So that is all about it. Just a video from my side putting that on.
Yeah, we're rolling. Action.
Hi, myself Ashirwad Bhange. I am a technical director from Suroj Buildcon Private Limited, Pune. Back in 2013, we started Suroj Buildcon to build the future with purpose and pride. We did not just go with the flow, we changed the game, always learning and staying flexible. Starting from scratch, we have grown our team constantly from managers to the top executives. Our secret: looking ahead, trying new things, and always aiming for the best. Suraj Bincon's journey is a story of sheer passion for doing things better from day one. We started this company with the vision of becoming the most preferred civil construction company and make meaningful contribution in building a new Bharat. Along with a rich core team experience spanning over 3 decades and the completion of diverse projects such as defense, healthcare, pharma, automobile, you talk about green energy, institutional, data center, airports, and many more. We have contributed to the country's infrastructural growth at every stage of its development. This successful completion complemented by the continuous repeat orders, has made Suroj a trustworthy leader. In the pre-bidding stage, where the client assessment holds utmost importance, DNB plays a pivotal role. DNB serves as our trusted partner, engaging in a transparent evaluation with a high level of integrity and providing a credibility report. This report offers crucial insights during client assessment, highlighting our strength in completed and ongoing projects as well as our financial stability. This collaborative effort contributes significantly to building trust with our clients. Having established a significant presence in multiple states across India and surpassing our 10 years vision ahead of schedule, Suraj Buildcon is well prepared for the next decade. Our core principles, committed to go beyond, and one team, one Suraj, embody our dedication to unity and partnership. We are committed to ongoing growth and evaluation, implementing strategic initiatives to expand into additional states and undertake a diverse array of projects. This underscores our dedication to national development, and we express our gratitude to the D&B team for their invaluable assistance in achieving this objective. To us, client trust is of utmost importance, and we thank the D&B team for helping us achieve that.
Thank you. So the reason why we wanted to show you, this video, I know this is not something which is of your field, but what we thought is the good idea will be. So am I audible? Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Great. The reason why we thought that we should be able to share this video and help you understand that. See, the offerings what Dun Bradstreet has are industry agnostic. Okay. You talk about an organization who's into construction, to an organization who's into pharma, organization who's into manufacturing of anything, to let's say IT services for that matter. You go anywhere, the bottom line remains the same. When you want to establish credibility, when you want to establish trust, especially to organizations who do not know you, and the market where there is huge competition, there's only one name which comes globally, that's Dun Bradstreet. That was the reason we thought of putting that across to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That was our time. If you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer.
Hi, I'm Naveen Kapoor. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Kapoor.
Can we have a contact detail if we want to? I want to get in touch and understand more. And
Absolutely. We'll put that in chat. Saurabh, would you like to do that?
Yeah, sure, Sanatan, I'll do it.
Yeah, so Mr. Kapoor wants to get in touch. If you can just put your details out there. Or, sir, I mean, you also can put in, we'll get in touch. Shouldn't be a problem. I mean.
so let me just put in the. Sorry.
And also, I mean, now I take this opportunity to put forth one point that, we are actually presenting. We got this opportunity to present to the entire association. We can do something about it as well, as we've got a lot of, what you call it as collaborations across. We can also see, or we can also see if we can get, some kind of collaboration done with you all as well, with the association out here, and see what kind of benefits we can pass on to the members out there. We'll be more than happy to do that, sir. More than happy.
So what we will also be doing is circulating this to all the members. A lot of members have not attended, so it will be circulated. It will be on the website, and they can contact them directly. Or if you see there are people contacting, we can work out some viable proposal for.
Absolutely, sir. Maybe after this, of course, maybe on Monday or sometime, we can connect and we can actually, customize things for only for the association, so that everybody can get benefited out of it. Sir. It will be a pleasure to do that, sir. Yes, if there's anything else, any question, we are more than happy. We're there. I mean, I've got my colleagues up there. I'm there.
So I have got a couple of questions, but I will want to discuss separately.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. So,
From
so
ESG goals, ESG, I would want to understand more. And in fact, we have a
Sure,
lot of products which are related to ESG. I see how we can work with Dun Bradstreet, not only in India, but globally with you. Maybe
absolutely, sir.
I've shared my number. I've taken out Saurav's number. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday, I'll get in touch.
Sure, sir. Sure. Mr. Kapoor, just also wanted to know, you're based out of Mumbai, sir, or
Based out of Delhi.
Based out of Delhi. No problem, sir. No problem. Sure. Sorry, somebody was asking a question.
No problem, sir. No problem. No problem.
I think someone was asking a question and it just dropped in.
No. So, Sanatan, there was one in the chatter. Are you planning to work on special prizes for the association members, which will be taking
We
up?
can do that. We can plan that. We can have a separate discussion on that, with the, with the core committee, and definitely we can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah. So, for the interest of all, I guess Sanatan has been actually heading a lot of association engagement for that matter. So, NSIC is one of the biggest engagement with DNB has, followed by the Plastic Association as well, right? As well as
Flex Council is there.
Flex Council, considering that fact. And
ESC is there.
closely works with the government associations a lot. So, I'm sure we want to drive this to reach a bigger audience, and we want to make because the SME and the smaller companies are the next success stories for the Indian context, right? And we have been seeing that, and our data has been speaking about the intelligence part. So that's where our products have been got more focused towards the SMEs and the mid corporate sectors. So surely we will connect with you on these. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
I think we can close then.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
your time.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much,
you.
Vinod, sir. Thank you so much for it. Thank you so much, Sanatan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Sanatan. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure.